Live. Good morning. This is the review for 3rd of April, which was yesterday. Firstly, I would want to say it was a very challenging session. Very challenging session. There was a lot of trades that I took. We were initially losing, and then the market reversed, and we started making. We got back whatever we made, and we even made some extra. But it was one of the most challenging session of the entire week. Excuse me for a second. Sorry. Yes. So let's start reviewing what we did yesterday. What can we learn from it, and how should we plan today? Generally, you even remember me saying also I tend not to trade the FTSE much. Well, I tried trading it yesterday. This was the pre-market push, which was very positive. We retraced and then starting to trade in a range. And when I saw this momentum, I was looking for an opportunity to buy below prior bar low, and it came around here, and then these two candle form, and then it came around here on a 15-minute time frame as well. It was a good opportunity, and I bought long. It went in my favor for 12 points, and I did not move my stop. That is my mistake. I should have moved my stop, but I did not, and then I got stopped out around here. I did not move my stop. That is my mistake. That is one learning here. After saying 12 points, I was supposed to move stop to break even. No worries, it was a small position, very small. I did it live. Nothing to worry. Okay, DAX was also very interesting yesterday. When the market opened here, we were kind of seeing at the size of each of the candle. The initial candle was 87 points, then 97, 95 points around, and then another 87, 103 points candles. And we kind of thought when this candle was forming that if we look at the magnitude, the size of each of the candle, and if we are having a candle here, this is either a red green or red, and if it comes out to be a red bar, it definitely has to go around this area, or if it's a green bar, it has to take out this high. It was a green bar, it took out this high, which we kind of were hoping, and we reached in the next 5 minutes the top end of the range. And comes the decision whether we hope for a breakout or a range consideration, and the market going back again into the range to 21,800, and I shorted here. I was expecting a retracement as well. I shorted it. The market went almost 35 points in my favor. I moved my stop to break even. I got stopped out for nothing, and then all we had to do was wait. I saw one opportunity here which was buy below a prior bar low, but I did not bought it. I think we kind of identified it even in the live market, but we did not execute it. We were kind of hesitant to do it. Wanted to see whether we would go higher, or this would be a range. And when I was confused, I thought maybe let's sit on the sidelines and wait. And when we pushed higher around this area, I bought below Praia Barlow, and I also put in an order. My stop was here, and I put in a sell order. I wanted to put in a sell order around this time, around this area. If we, if I got stopped out here, I was supposed to sell short. And while putting in the order, I put a buy order by mistake. During the stream, only identified that I have put in a wrong order. I cancelled it, but I did not put in the sell order again. Had we had put in that, we had a great, or I would say a massive trade, which would have been a winner. But nothing to worry here. During the US session, generally tend not to I generally tend not to trade the DAX index. I tend to focus on the Nasdaq and the Dow Jones. But yesterday, after looking at what the Nasdaq and Dow Jones were doing, I wanted to give it a try. So when we cleared this range, I wanted to be long, so I bought with a tight stop. It was a very tight stop, 40 points. I bought around 21,800 and put a stop at 21,760. It was a small size. We got stopped out, and then later, after 8:30, when we started seeing the Nasdaq rallying, the Dow Jones rallying, we wanted to maybe see if the DAX participates in it. It was hesitant to participate, but we find our ample opportunities. I wanted to buy here below Praia Barlow, missed, got a bad fill, bought it around here, sold at a new high. Around here as well, I bought below Praia Barlow, sold it around here. These were scalps only. I was very well aware that these are only scalps. These were small size and quick trades. If we even look at the 15-minute chart of the DAX, we opened here, we opened around this area. This candle was the opening bar. We went below it, and then we saw a push. And if this is a rally strongness, then you want to buy the first retracement. This was the first retracement. You buy below it. This is what I was mentioning. We kind of didn't bought it, and then it went higher, and then we bought this area. I've even shown you in a 5-minute chart. We bought this, and I had a stop around here only. It was a small stop. It went in our favor, but it came back and stopped us out, and then we did not short it. But if you look after it, if it is a sell, we went above the previous bar high, and we had a strong move downward only until here, where you see these are the multiple areas of support. We went around this area. Even previous bar low was taken out by a tick, and then we went above. And if you believe it's a sell trend, you went above a previous bar high, you short it. Went below a previous bar low, you buy it. That could be a strategy. And then later on the US session around 8:30, when we started seeing the momentum, the market tested the lows, which are around here, and then we started going higher. There is a previous buy below Praia Barlow here as well, and then you see a move upward. Nasdaq and Dow Jones were very messy, very messy. This was where the market opened. The market pushed higher. This was the second candle we bought below Praia Barlow. I had a stop below this candle only, below the opening range. And we did the same in Dow Jones as well, where we bought the first retracement and had a stop below the opening range. The market retraced a little more, and then it started pushing higher, and then we closed for a scalp. And when it later came back below this bar, I tried to buy again at a better price, bought below a prior bar low, had a tight stop below the opening range. We got stopped out, and then the market tested these lows, post testing these lows, and it started move higher. I thought that it might be a buy, and we bought it. That is a bad fill, I would say. Not a bad fill, that is a bad price. Generally I don't tend to buy around such areas. I buy below prior bar lows. But looking at the momentum seemed like right at that time, and I did it. And I had a tight stop. We got stopped down around this area. Later it reversed all the way back. Dow formed a double bottom, and I took a long trade in Dow, and then I did the same in Nasdaq as well. It was a very small position. I took uh, a position around it. It's 18620 with a stop at 550, around 40 or 50 around. It was a very close call here. We were almost stopped out, almost, and then it reversed, and then we scalped out. I added some position here. It went in profit, and then the next candle we got stopped out for break even. It went below a prior bar low, and when we came back I added again. We saw a profit again, and it came back again to stop us out at break even, but that didn't stop us. I had the only initial position already in, and when we made a new high around this area, closing this candle, I booked my profits. And then I waited for another opportunity to buy below a prior bar low. The opportunity was presented around this area. I did not bought it, and then when the DEX started to participate and Dow was also rallying, I saw a retracement, went below a prior bar low. This was the bar. We went below it. I bought it. We went maybe 10 points, 15 points against me, and then we came back, and on the spike higher I bought, basically booked my profits. It was around there where I got the fill I was expecting around this area. I saw it around at this area when I tried to book, and these were the trades. We had losing trade here, and then here. Sorry, this was a winning trade. This was a winning trade, and then two losing trade, and then two break even, and then two this small winner, and this was a big winner. Overall, it was a good session. And if we look at the 15-minute chart of the Nasdaq, we opened around here, and this was the first opportunity to buy below a prior bar low. It kind of worked as well. You might have moved your stop as well. We tried buying around this area, and then seeing this push back up, we bought around somewhere, but we had a bad price and we got stopped out. This was also a prior bar low, but it was maybe 40-50 points retracement. Not even a retracement, a 40-50 point against you. And later if you look, and this went above previous bar high, and then it was a sell, and it started selling off, and now above every previous bar high there's a sell. This was the area where we came back, we pushed higher, went below a prior bar low, but above every candle high there's a sell area, and we came back. This was Dow was very tricky. We had some scalps as well. We tried buying below a prior bar low, got a price around there. This was the low. This was the opening. This was the opening, and then this was the first retracement. Bought below prior bar low, had a stop at the opening range low. What we did in the Nasdaq as well. Got stopped out. We retraced all the way around here where we had daily time frame low. Also kind of double bottom was forming around this area. We bought a bit early in a small position size, and we got stopped out around this area. Look, I was looking at it. We got saved in the Nasdaq, but we got crushed in the Dow Jones for 15 points, or else it was already a good winner. And looking at the double bottom bounce, we bought around here, had a tight stop, got stopped out. It was a bad price as well. You I was saying we are having two bad prices. One is here and one was in Nasdaq, where we can say we were kind of chasing the market. I would say it was a bad price. Surely it was a bad price. At least we should try to buy below prior bar lows. But looking at the momentum and also hoping what has been happening in the market, where we go to the lows in the opening, and after an hour, 1.5 hour of the open, we go all the way back up. This has been happening from 2-3 days, and we've been seeing, and we were kind of hoping the same. We got stopped out, and then we tried buying it again. This time we got it. We got it right, and then had a couple of scalps where we tried buying below prior bar lows, adding to some winners, closing early, then buying below prior bar low, getting a bad fill here, but tried buying around this area and exiting at previous highs. And then I closed this massive position as well from 650 to 950, 300 points. And then we tried buying here as well below this prior bar low, and booked a profit around this area. It was very challenging. We lost around 1% and then made everything all back, made 2% back. Around this area you can see we went below prior bar low, our prior bar high, and sell, then below prior bar low to range high, and then there was no opportunity to buy in a 15-minute time frame below a prior bar low. And then it came around this area, which we did buy, and we booked a profit early, and I think it was right only. And then we went above this area. It was kind of forming a micro double bottom as well, sorry, double top as well, and then we started selling. Now once you start selling, every prior bar high is an opportunity to sell. Prior bar high, sell. Prior bar high, sell. We had an opportunity here as well, which didn't work. Prior bar low, and then prior bar high, sell. And then we do not had any opportunities. It was very tricky day, but somehow we got out at positive. It was tricky. Today is Friday. I am hoping for more adventure and more interesting day. Looking forward to today, and hoping to close the week very strongly. Not very strongly, I would say. We kind of been drifting away from 2 days. We had a good session one day, and then from the rest 2 days we've been drifting away. We've been kind of making money but very small. Hoping Friday brings something great.